Southampton could consider themselves unlucky to be taking part in this replay in the 5th round against Tranmere Rovers. They'd had 3 goals disallowed in the first game. Tranmere had added incentive to win. Neighbours Liverpool were awaiting the victors in the quarter-finals. Tranmere were captained by former Saints striker Paul Rideout. He played in front of a 5-man midfield. His job was to score past opposition keeper Paul Jones, who'd kept 8 clean sheets in the previous 9 games. Chris Marsden replaced the injured Matt Oakley in the Saints midfield. Commentary comes from Tony Gubba.
It's a full house at Prenton Park for this 5th round FA Cup replay. Referee Steve Dunn in charge as Glenn Hoddle's Southampton from the Premiership face Division 1 Tranmere for the privilege of playing Gerard Houlier's Liverpool in the quarter-final. Here's Chris Marsden. Cashlewell. Well, that's a good strike by Cashlewell, and an early goal for Southampton. Only 12 minutes gone. And there was no way that Achterberg could do anything about that. What a good strike. Perfectly into the angle between post and bar. And that's really a dream start for Southampton, and maybe an early indication of the quality of Tranmere's defending, which has been pretty poor in Division 1 this season. Here's Parkinson trying to set up something that was easily dealt with. You just feel maybe that Southampton will have too much for the team struggling at the bottom of Division 1. Here's Cashlewell. Tessem! It's 2-0. We've had barely a quarter of the match, and Joe Tessem bundling in that cross from Cashlewell. No offside given. It looked tight. Cashlewell with time to look up, and well, he didn't hit it cleanly, did he, Joe Tessem, but it still counts. And with only 26 minutes gone, Tranmere find themselves trailing 2-0. There's a sharp challenge there on Cashlewell. And Glenn Hoddle surely will be asking for more of the same. I haven't really seen Tranmere yet as an attacking force. Maybe a chance here. Good challenge by Dean Richards, and the shot was always high. Dean Richards, the rock at the heart of that Southampton defence, alongside Lundekvam. Slipped, gives Southampton easy possession and chance for another build-up down that right flank. It'll be a free kick. Challenge on Tessem was late. Allen the culprit. Cashlewell has placed the ball very carefully in conversation there with Wayne Bridge. Tessem trying to find a bit of space. Watched by Allen. Cashlewell with the free kick. Tessem's header, oh, that's deflected, and Richards has put it in. It's 3-0 Southampton. Dean Richards up for the set piece, profiting after the initial header by Joe Tessem seems to take a deflection which wrong-footed Achterberg. The Tranmere goalkeeper just getting across to get a hand on it, but then Dean Richards finally putting it in with his head. And right on the stroke of half-time, Southampton move into a 3-0 lead, and surely there'll be no giant-killing act at Prenton Park tonight. The crowd, who were in full voice at kick-off, have been largely silenced as Steve Dunn blows the whistle for half-time, and the boos are ringing out, and they are directed at Tranmere and their performance. Cashlewell got the first, Tessem the second, and Richards with the third, and the smiles on Southampton faces and the glum looks among the Tranmere supporters suggest it's already all over. Oh, who'd be a manager? John Aldridge was so looking forward to meeting his old club Liverpool in the quarter-final, but barring some sort of miracle, that's not to be. Lundekvarm's header. Richards just happy to hoist it downfield, where Beattie is prowling and almost sneaking in. Allen in conversation with Achterberg, a lack of communication then between defender and goalkeeper. It's going to be a free kick. Dean Richards is already on the score sheet, up once again for the set piece. In by Kashlul, Richards! He got right underneath that. But Southampton starting the second half, the way they finished the first. And Glenn Hoddle with a lot to feel satisfied about. Not a good kick. Here's Nicky Henry on just before half-time to replace the injured Des Hamilton. That's a good teasing cross. It needed to be cut out by Lundekvarm. It's really the first time that Tranmere have delivered a dangerous ball into that 6-yard box in the Southampton penalty area. Corner. Paul Jones in goal for Southampton has hardly been troubled as yet. Here's Parkinson. Oh, it's gone right through, and Tranmere have pulled one back. And is that a goal for little Andy Parkinson, the former Liverpool apprentice? Urging extra effort now from his teammates, having struck that from just outside the penalty area, and it was touched on, and it's Paul Rideout who scored. Just a little touch by Rideout to change the direction, and we've half an hour left. Side. James Beattie, anxious. Maybe Southampton will start to get anxious. They certainly would if Tranmere were to score again. Achterberg, a long way from his goal to take this free kick. Chance here for Yates. Oh, well struck. And Marsden, who's put it behind for the corner, and Paul Jones looking questioningly at his defenders. Yates bringing it on his right foot, struck it ever so sweetly. And a good instinctive save by the keeper. Kumas with the corner. Right out! They have scored! It's 3-2, and Tranmere are anxious to get on with it. 71 minutes gone, and Rideout, the former Everton player, with his second goal of the night, has put this cup tie back in the balance. There was no challenge on Rideout. It was a simple enough header in the end. Well, now he's excited. John Aldridge, maybe he will take Tranmere to face his old club Liverpool in the FA Cup. Well, that was a late challenge by Chris Marsden, and Steve Dunn is coming over to have a word with the Southampton man. There are shouts in the crowd of off, and Steve Dunn's giving himself time to think about this. There's certainly some in the crowd who feel that was an over-the-top challenge and Marsden should be sent off. But it's just a yellow card. Maybe that's an indication of how rattled Southampton have been by those two Tranmere goals. Here's Parkinson. Good ball in. Right out again! It's 3! It's a hat-trick for the Tranmere man in just over 20 minutes. And Southampton can't believe this. 3-0 up at half-time, and we've got a level game. And Paul Rideout has scored all 3 for Tranmere. His first hat-trick since he played in Italy over a decade ago. nothing that Paul Jones could do about it. Wonderful cross from Parkinson. 10 minutes left. Well, who's your money on now? Certainly not Southampton. They've been knocked right off their stride by Tranmere's spirited fight back. Yates with the throw, looks for a target. Rideout wins the throw-in. He's been a tease, he's been a torment. He's turned the clock back, really. The player who spent some time with Southampton. Flynn will take the throw. Rideout indicating where he wants it. Headed out by Richards. Still pressure in that goal. Stuart Barlow! Oh, Tranmere in front, would you believe it? The second half substitute, with 7 minutes left, has put Division 1 Tranmere into dreamland. The throw at the near post was headed on. Southampton never got it clear. And Barlow poaching, and it's another ex-Evertonian who's scored Tranmere's fourth. There are 7 minutes left to play. Bring on Liverpool, says John Aldridge. And don't they deserve it? 3-0 down at half-time. One of the great fight-backs in FA Cup history. And Steve Dunn looks the coolest man in the stadium. Whistles ringing out around the terraces. Rideout with the hat-trick. And Stuart Barlow's goal is the winner. And Southampton become the 7th Premiership club to be put out of a major cup competition by Tranmere in the last 18 months. And the FA Cup proves again that it is the most romantic cup competition of them all.
Another epic tie from the world's oldest club knockout competition. For 124 years, we've witnessed the excitement of the Cup, and no doubt the magic will continue for many, many years to come. We hope you've enjoyed this collection of classic memories from the FA Cup.